So I felt the need to record another video. I was going to write, but then I like yelling. So to address something I saw on Facebook and a little bit about something that came up at the TCM Film Festival. And that is young people not having time or liking classic cinema. Clearly, based on just me, this is not so, but specifically at the TCM Film Festival, I was doing a Q&A with Robert Osborne, and someone brought it up, and they were all in their 40s maybe, and they didn't realize that there's this huge fandom, if you will, of classic cinema on the internet. There is this almost cultish appreciation of TCM now by people in their 20s, people in their teens, and I think we, as a community, need to let the film community at large know we are here. And one of the ways to do this is not just to watch every Barbara Stanwyck movie TCM ever shows, or to be aware of and watch every movie that's ever been featured Edward Horton. What we need to do is support the classic film community by going to these festivals, the Silent Film Festival, anywhere near you. There's tons of them in the United States alone. Buying things from Flickr Alley and the Warner Archive and Columbia Classics and Kino and all of these places, because DVD sales, business, that's what they see. They see people buying A Trip to the Moon, and they go, oh, okay, people are interested. But if all you do is sit around and download it all, that's great because you get to see it, and I think it's important to be able to see it, but you need to be able to, you have to purchase it too, or people, they're not going to know. They're not going to know that we love it. And just making blog posts and photo posts, that's not enough to really show the industry that we exist and that we love this cinema and that it is as important to us as the damn Batman movies. Not that I don't love Batman, I do. But all they see is what is numbers, and all they see is the people who are going to see The Dark Knight and all the people who are going to see Spider-Man. And they don't see the people who sit around at home watching silent cinema because we don't pay for it. And that's something I understand. We're young. We don't have any money. But, you know, instead of buying Starbucks, why don't you save up your Starbucks money and buy something from Flickr Alley once a month? That'll help so much, and it is just ridiculous how that's what it takes, but that's what it takes. The second thing I wanted to address was this thought someone brought up on Facebook, an opinion, we'll put quotes on opinion, that the reason they don't watch films made before they were born is because they don't identify with the characters. And I have to say, I think that is a failing on that person and not the films. And I don't know where that person is coming from in life, but that is bullshit. Like, for example, I was at Napoleon in April, and there was like a 13-year-old girl, 13. Her grandparents probably weren't even born when Napoleon was made, and she fucking loved that movie. She loved it. Her face was like, I can't believe what I'm watching right now. She was 13. Just this last weekend, I was at the San Francisco Silent Film Festival. There was Amazing Tales from the Archives where archivists were talking, and this little 10-year-old boy asked what he should do as someone who might want to be an archivist someday. And he was 10, and he's already thinking about the importance of saving classic films. At 10. Same festival, we had a 10 a.m. showing of Douglas Fairbanks and the Mark of Zorro. That movie is over 90 years old, and that audience was like 50% children, and those children were cheering and booing and laughing and sighing in all the right places because it is classic, it is timeless, and it resonates just as much now as it did 90 years ago with kids that are 6. Another example, Buster Keaton. I have never been to an audience of a Buster Keaton film where everybody wasn't, in tune with how wonderful Keaton is. For example, the San Francisco International Film Festival showed 4 Keaton Arbuckle shorts, and they had tune yards playing the live accompaniment. So you had, I think 90% of the audience was millennials, and they loved it. And not just because the score was some band that they've all heard of. They loved it because Buster Keaton is a timeless freaking genius of cinema. They ended this last festival on Sunday with the cameraman, with Buster, with an audience wearing these beautiful Buster masks. And it's kind of amazing how you have an audience, a sold-out audience, 1,400 people watching the cameraman and sighing and laughing and cheering as Buster tries to get his lady friend. And, you know, that's timeless. That passion, that feeling, it transcends. The TCM, or the San Francisco International Film Festival's logo phrase is "True art transcends time." And cinema is an art just like painting, just like literature, just like poetry, just like theater. And good cinema truly does transcend time.